So let's see how they fare, right? This is a great chance on train, or have Big laid the trap that was prophesized by the desk. We'll have to wait and see. Extra Salt on that T side. It's fast, and it's no messing about. Straight out the pop dog. Fang's leading the way. We've got these Ts all over the bomb site with a very nice execute. Bigger cutout, but they have 2 on green and are getting aggressive as well. OC expecting some big things out of him today, and he starts well, but traded as the bomb goes down, and now it's the death match in the yard. Fang trades onto Keto, and Sonic follows up. He'll fall. Tizian with a shot. We know what his pistols are like, and now Fang needs to do it all.
Oh, he had a chance there. Searson, quick on the old flick. And Big, they're in with that round, right? They win themselves the pistol. They get it over the line. That's a nice little convincing showing from the big boys.
Yeah, Searson.
I really want to see the AWPing head-to-head of OC versus Searson. We've had some great moments out of OC. Like, one of my favorite things back when Extra Salt were just kind of dominating NA was I felt like I was getting a different OC highlight on my Twitter feed every single night, man. Like, he's had some great moments. So I want to see what he's able to do. You got the force buy in for Extra Salt, right? They get the bomb down there, so they bring Galils into this round. This is a pretty deadly little buy, right? You've got 4 weapons in play, an AK on Sonic. JT, the man who's a little more limited, but someone had to take the hit. He's going to step up and be the man to do it.
Yeah, he's going to be like the Sanji tier player of taking the hit, dropping the guns, playing the worst weaponry. His stats will take a hit as well, but, he's obviously cooling at the same time, so it brings a lot of value. For now, it's Force by heading B-ward bound. Big with 2 here. Going for this nice little ladder play. Tizian, how does he even get 1 there? There's 3 players holding him. Marky is low, but he's still trying to get this entry onto the scout. Rifle out for OC. He's pushed deep in on the lane, and Sonic's taken down 1 of these many weapons for Big. OC, it's messy, but he gets the job done, and trying to finish off a second one. He's done so. It's only Tabson, but Extra Salt can't count anyone out of rounds like this on the Big side. They've got to play it careful. Tabson's trying to hunt down OC. He knows where he was, but OC holds strong. 3 kills, and he's not even onto the AWP yet, Harry, but we're already getting a bit of a taste of what's in store.
We spoke about Extra Salt a little bit. Big are also in a kind of odd spot of their own, right? They went from like mid-2020 being a really strong team, right? They were one of these teams that I said, when we were covering events like Pro League and things like that, when we were looking at Big, it was a team that put a lot of effort in over a very, very short time period, right? These guys had the most maps played of any team in like the top 10. They were playing in all the online cups, everything. And it did really, really well for them. But then the downside to playing that much is, you burn hard, but you burn fast, as it were. And so they did get burnt out right towards the end of 2020, and they didn't really recover past that. We've kind of seen Big look pretty shaky since then. So I think a lot of eyes are on them here, trying to see if they can pick up the pieces and start to look like that team that they did in the middle of 2020.
Yeah, that is a really good point as well, because we know what they can achieve. We know they can be at the top with this roster, with these players. We know what their peak is like. So there's no question about it. It's just, can you remain there? Can you stay consistent? And, well, they weren't the only ones to be number 1 in 2020 and not keep that spot, right? But it's about getting back up there. Some people say, it's hard to get to the top, but when you're at the top, it's even harder to stay there. And so I think Big are good evidence of that. But yeah, I 2 weeks off, couple of weeks with no games. Hopefully a lot of work has got in for the big boys. We know they like to prep. So I think they're going to come into this event pretty seriously, especially considering, again, looking at like Heroic dropping, more opportunity for Big to make more money, to go further in this tournament. 150k for first place. That's no chump change. I love these executes we're getting out of Extra Salt. They are try-harding every single round. They are the Danish 5-stack in your pugs. We're seeing full mollies, full smokes, everything with the kitchen sink. Nice kill from Xantares, but they're going to try and swoop in to stop the gun retrieval. There's 3 CTs here. They have found the weapon, but they're boxed in right now. As long as Fang remains on the ramp, he can keep them here. He's getting double peeked, but nice shot from Fang. The AK grabbed. Searson running. Oh, they're chasing him. but he's not going to get much further away. OC making that money for the AWP, and I hope we get to see it in this gun round now.
I've missed the views of the big camp. You know, like they're all just hanging out here, having a good time. We've gotten used to seeing these guys on our screens.
Oh, no orb. He's got the money. He's waiting to see if Searson gets his. Y'all already know Searson's going for a glass orb.
Searson's the kind of guy, you know, he's always looking to bring that orb out. His orb stats are above and beyond any other weapon he has in the game, man. He is like a pure scopy boy, I think is what I've called him before.
Yeah, that's a good word. Oh, look at this stack. Big moving to B. They've read it. 4 players on the inner bomb site. Dear oh dear. Marky, is he going to sell a fake or come in on this late look? It looks like the latter because the mollies are coming down. This execute again. Bigger forced to use utility to put out the Molotovs, and tabseN gets a kill, but his teammates are falling like flies. He's still alive. Searson's knocked off the top side, and tabseN inside is gone. This is crazy. How have Extra Salt done it? Walking into the full stack, and that execute, that's beautiful. Mollies make everyone uncomfortable. Smokes cut off lines of sight. You don't even know where you're fighting if you're big. And I already regret my prediction.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know, y'all are washed.
Yeah, you are a prophet, as Maniac called you.
I like that. I like that, Maniac. That was a
yeah.
good line, man.
Appropriate, I think. What was the big game you called? It was VP
Spirit,
rather, taking down Astralis.
Yeah, taking Astralis.
I knew it was going to happen.
Knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I called VP in the final. You know, I knew that was going to happen. Clearly,
they didn't win though.
No, you're right.
Yeah. No one celebrates the guy who
did FaZe, who got grouped actually. Your team.
Yes.
Yeah. How did that go for you?
Well, you know, I took a gamble there.
Yeah.
I took a gamble.
They pay off, right?
Because I love Carrigan.
That's fair. Can't not.
Something I will say, Hugo, you're saying that you're impressed with what we're getting out of Extra Salt so far.
Yeah.
This is a team that have like some very, very well drilled tactics behind their game plan, right? They don't kind of subscribe to this mentality that we've seen from some of the NA teams on like the come up where early on things look a little more sloppy, right? And then it kind of finds form as they get that exposure to the top level. Yeah. You've got a lot of experienced players here. You've got guys, I think this is where having the South Africans really comes in handy, right? Sure. These are people who have had to kind of like grind their way to the top up against some pretty overwhelming odds, right? Yeah. You had to uproot your entire life and move out to NA, and now uproot your entire life again and come over to Europe, right? So these guys have been used to like fighting this uphill battle, and as a result, people like JT, I think, have always looked for good tactical solutions to problems, right? They've got a lot of good ideas. Overpass is another great map for them where we'll see some of these ideas. Yeah. It won't come up in this series, but for the sake of us getting to see what Extra Salt have on that map, I really hope we see it appear at some point.
Yeah, that's a map that the old Cloud9 squad, which is
used to love, right?
Used to be incredible. Yeah. Used to have some of the like best mid aggression in the game. OC and like Motum just destroying on that. Motum obviously recently gone, but right now, Extra Salt in full control of this round, full control of the game. Fang showing us some clean headshots. Ooh, but the Ivy lurk is there. Marky, a bit messy. Sonic will steal the kill, and Marky will show us what he's got as well. 5 alive, 5 on the board. And I'm getting a little scared for Big. This is Train, though. This is Train in and of itself, right? It can be very stompy on either side, right? Whoever controls that money can really just run away with rounds. And, you know, Bigger in this awful buy eco. But even then, in that buy eco territory, if you're not getting orbs, if you're not getting full Molotovs, HEs, the full Monty, you're going to really have trouble holding that outside side. Double orb. OC's got his.
Yeah, let's see what the double orb's able to do for Big, right? Look at this from Sonic, man, living up to his name. Fast as hell, boy. Here he is in the backline. Searson's removed. Kino and tabseN fighting back, and yeah, man, they get some real estate, but only for a moment. Just OC and JT left alive. OC's deep with his AWP. He's combat AWPing. Right in the front lines, taking it down through Olaf, and now he's got to do it all. There's the kill to Keto. A 1v4 turn 1v3, and OC trying to give us a big moment here. Bomb dropped back in main. He doesn't really know where any of these remaining players for Big are, so he's hard pressed to find these kills. He's hoping that Big get a little overconfident here and give him some fights, give him something to work with. And with shots like that connecting out of OC, you got worried for a moment. Luckily enough, Tizian's there to get the trade on that smoke fade down from CT.
This was funny, man. Like Sonic, he thinks he's gotten away. Xantares never is retreating. He's never deterred. He is hunting that trade. Sonic drops a flash. Xantares turns. He keeps pushing. Sonic pours a smoke. Xantares keeps pushing. He does not care. So the punish pick comes through. But right now, Big, they've recovered. They've salvaged a round. Can they build upon it and tip the scales rather, back in their favor? Early B presence, there's no one here. Big have thrown all their nades, Citizens come back. Extra Soul back to the Molotovs, clearing out a lot of positions, means you just don't need to check certain spots. OC gets one on the trade, but he is gone to Tizian, and JT up above is going to drop blinded as well. It's getting a bit messy here. They've got a lot of real estate, but Big know about it. JT pushes that beat. Tito wins that fight out. That's a big kill. And now Marky spraying a smoke as well. Bomb's been planted, and Fang picks another through the smoke. 2. This is falling apart for Big in a 4-on-2.
Oh, Marky taking another from the tally. This was a 4v2, as you say, now 1v2 for Keto. El even made progress out through CT, and now with Marky getting into connector, this becomes a really rough spot for Keto. Tries to save the orb, but Marky says no to that. 3 in the round, the hat trick is in. And it's Marky scoring all the goals there. 6 now up on the board for Extra Salt. Like, this is, this was huge, man. You had no business winning a 2v4 like that. You don't even lose your 2 players that embarked into that journey to begin with. Man. Also, don't forget, right? Skin Club running a little 10% deposit bonus. So go ahead, give that a go, right? Get that little bonus, man. Everyone loves a bonus. Like a bonus round, you know?
Yeah. One
of the best you can do.
Right now, there's no bonuses for Big. They're broke. Keto, does he get checked? Yeah, Sonic with the clear. And now the right side smoke as well. Or left side, rather. It's a nade on the right side. Everyone's blind. And, oh, Sonic's been mollied. I'm not sure about that one. They cut off both avenues, but they still get the kill. And wait for Fang to activate from T-mid. Ugh. Sonic helps him, and the A site is cleaned up. It was only pistols after all. So, not much to play with there for Big. And, I think it's really cool seeing Extra Salt in EU. I hope they get a lot of experience here, like get some prac in. Hopefully some more officials as well. And, get a bit of a taste of the best teams in the world, right? Like, even their North American compadres are here as well in EG, in Liquid. So, it's the place to be, I hear.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, right, with how the NA scene has kind of dissolved lately, as sad as that is to say, right? Like, with so many players moving away.
Yeah.
I think, we can look at, like, NA as almost like a... almost similar to how we would have viewed like an oceanic region back in the past, in that the more experience that we get for different teams, not just your Liquids, your EGs, your Furias, the more experience we get on teams like Extra Salt that are the up and comers within Europe, they then take that back to NA.
Sure.
They help elevate the level of the existing players there, right? We've already got like teams trying to step up and fill the void left by departing players. Bad News Bears are a good example, right? Triumph another example. And so, like, for all these NA teams, the more exposure they get to EU competition, to playing versus the best, the more they can elevate the level of the North American region again.
That's a good point, because not only, is there sometimes only like one qualifier spot to come to Europe for regions like that, for example, like Renegades, like, going back-to-back Katowices and events like that, everyone in the region's gunning for it. And if, certain teams raising their level, well, if you want to actually play on the world stages, you've got to get there as well. I think Renegades are just, I keep going back to them, that they're a good example, especially prior to Katowice this year. They won, what was it, like 10 events in a row. They were a year of flawless events, basically. So, it's only going to increase the level of other players and other teams in your region. Regardless, It's a gun round, and it's an important one for Big. Pushed into T-Con is Xantares. Fang is delaying this play. His teammates come down Pop Dog. They use the double drop, one player looking at the floor, so the head hitbox is harder to hit. Keto covering with one of the 2 orbs, and he's got a nice shot, but he won't get much further. JT with a kill. Fang can't clear Xantares, and now they've got Team Main to worry about in a 3-on-3.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. They're trying to flush out Xantares, and they will isolate this one fight while they've got it. Wastes a little bit of time off the clock, but still, you know, a 3-on-2, no more control in towards this A bomb site for Big. Extra Salt able to get that bomb planted. There is this late main wrap coming in from Tizian, and that's while Searson is just kind of holding this long angle into Pop Dog. While OC's there, you know, I doubt he's going to get given this fight willingly. And so really, you know, the bulk of this is on Tizian with this flank. You're hoping that when he activates, he can force Extra Salt out of position and into this AWP. OC's one step ahead, though. And so you wait all round for that flank to come in, only for it to die right away. That is immediately decided to save. An Extra Salt move up onto 8 rounds.
Tizian has done a lot of B pushing in this map, which is, you know, nothing wrong with that, especially when you're losing that A site so early. But worth noting, the reason Searson is staying on that pop angle for so long is as Tizian's coming on the B push, he hears OC scope in the Pop Dog, and so he doesn't want to drop into the AWP. Instead, he goes for the big wrap. He comes that over. Searson dedicates to Pop, but OC has no reason to move, right? He has ladder under control, and then at a certain timing, you just realize, like, if they're not coming Pop now, they have to be coming main. So OC just reposts and wins a round, and there it is. Simple is as simple does. 8-2. Beautiful game right now out of Extra Salt. And Big, wondering where they're all going wrong. I mean, also, you know, 2 weeks off, you've got a young, hungry team looking to make an impression in Europe, and then you got Big, who are maybe out of practice, at least in terms of officials. They will have been playing practice, but officials are a whole different ballgame.
Something else, man, is just, you know, the fact that we're even on train, right? Usually the insta-ban of Big, usually one they're keen to remove. They've clearly left it in, having done some practice on this map, right? You know, you kind of anticipate that this was going to be Extra Salt's pick if you let it fly. I think even if they weren't good on this map, they would have picked it against you because it's your insta-ban. And so I think, you know, that was like Big trying to outbrain them by going, yeah, let's practice, train a bunch, right? Let's get something drilled out there, and then when they pick it, we can surprise them. The problem is, whenever I've seen teams do that, I feel like very rarely does it work as well as you think it's going to. You know, officials are very, very different to practice and to scrims. And, you know, I always have a memory, I think it was like Pro League season, I want to see Pro League season 7 or no, 9 actually, 9.
Okay.
And you know, we were in Leicester at the time. Yeah. We had Mouse Sports had just showing up, right? They had Carrigan in the team. They'd been practicing a lot of Dust 2 behind the scenes, right? But they hadn't played any officials on it yet, and so they picked it in like 3 series back to back, and they lost every single one dominantly. And they said, well, in practice it was incredible for us, but the moment we had it going into officials, we just couldn't get into that same rhythm. And so I hope that's not the case for Big right now, even though that is what it looks like. It's 8-2, right? It's the kind of time left to salvage this scoreline is running out. Searson with the open, deep Molotov thrown in through Pop window has slowed down the B hold. So those players with pistols are able to get deep. That's actually a sick little Molotov combo.
These are the little tricks and trades that we talk about when we talk about Big, right? Like coming up with special things to gain advantages. That's one of them. So Big use the pause, and they use it to good effect. This is their round. It's almost nothing OC can do. We've seen him almost clutch a 1v4, but not today. Taps him, and that's a free orb. That's exactly what we want from Big. Little things like that, they're going to catch you off guard. They know Extra Salt have been defaulting B a lot of these rounds, and they melt them with that Molotov and double pistol push straight out of the gate. So 3 rounds found. A Big, you know, they're above water, but man, the boat's filling.
Yeah. I want to go on record now and say I'm a huge Extra Salt fan. I'm a big believer in this project, and I hope that these guys, you know, they really keep at it with the kind of tenacity we've seen out of them so far. We need folks to fill the void being left in NA CSGO. And when I look at people like OC, right, he's such a good example. He's someone with some incredible natural talent. It's only been getting better, right, as he's been putting in more work with this team. And I really do believe like he could be one of these players that we end up looking to as, oh well, thank God he stuck around, right, and became like this big breakout player. I'm a big believer in the Extra Salt project. I actually really like what they've got in terms of the core components here.
I also think a lot of credit has to go to the org as well, picking up a team in
100%,
in this
man.
trying time of Counter-Strike and North America and this and that and the other, like where nowhere else and no one else would. You know, Chaos left by the wayside, moving games. Like, I think it's really commendable for everyone behind the Extra Salt org to actually get this team, and hopefully it's, well, right now it's looking worth its weight in gold, right? They're taking down big. This could be a great tournament for them. Oh, that's a lovely peek from Searson. Flashed out. Big. I've never seen an AWPer flashed up there. That's a new one. And that, in through the window and into the head. Oh boy, Searson's waiting for more. Fang gets a kill outside. They've had no problem doing that, but without this full execute, it's going to get dicey. Fang's trapped Olaf. Ollie coming in. I think it missed. I think it blew up. So 3-on-4 and slowing it down. They've gained Pop Dog with another Molotov, pushing Xantares out, but that just means a AAA setup is in play. And JT should have room to breathe for now. He's waiting for Marky to activate. Oh, the flash is good, though. This is one thing Big have been great at, popping themselves into corners, into angles. Fang trying to recover, forces Tizian out, and the AWP does take out his teammate. Fang on his own, low HP, 1v2. There's the first.
This would be an ace at 2 HP, by the way. Okay, Fang. Oh, he's holding for the pop peak. Fang, keep it up. Keep holding. Oh, there it is. The ace!
Nice.
The claws are out, the fangs are out, and he gets all 5 to put 9 on the board for Extra Salt. Yeah, man. That's my little Rugrat all growing up in the server, locking it in.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Sis and the Sonics sitting top of the board with entry kills as well. Wow, what a round for Fang. Yeah, and he's a really young player as well. That's something to keep in mind. So, you know, a lot of room.
Can I just say as well, Fang was the one that we got to talk to, right? And not only is he like a young player, but he's got a cool head on his shoulders for someone.
Know he was his age. I think he's 18, 17, 18. I didn't know he was when talking to him. I was quite surprised.
He's talking to me, I'm thinking this guy's like 32 or something like that, like just so worldly.
That's a reach, I think.
Yeah, no, maybe that's a bit old. Look at this, nades on the bomb train. Do find the hero of that last round. Fang out. JT followed up onto, but OC and Sonic, they're still fighting, and they're not going to let Big back in without a fight. Just Keto left. He does have this AWP. Big position for it, but a missed flick onto OC now gives the AWP a second chance, and they're just looking to fight him here. Oh no, never mind. They dropped the smoke. Keto's going to try and go through, trying to deny the bomb plant. They're not holding it, but he's off the bomb. Keto, on the ladder. Goodbye, OC. And now just Keto turns from the flash. Oh, what is that? Keto has absolutely ruined their day. Little more salt, please. Man, that's rough. Look at this. 2 incredible shots.
How does he hit the blind one?
He's living on a prayer right now, mate. He's Bon Jovi.
Oh my goodness. And they realized, by the way, when they went for the plant, a call must have come through like, he can smoke push you. I'm not covering it. I'm looking at old bomb. OC wasn't covering that. He just gets off the plant, still dies, crossing out pop. That's a beautiful round out of Keto. That's a slap in the face. Back to reality.
Mate, so we go from the Fang ace clutch to
the Keto
no-scope ladder stall.
What is this, Call of Duty?
That's what it's feeling like, man. Oh
my goodness. Okay, we got a banging game on our hands. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog. 9-4, back to B.
Bark, bark.
Yeah, boy. Got some cool cats here as well. Not much util. Great grenade from Big. We don't have those full execute mollies coming through. They just got to run it dry. And with one smoke, Searson picks 2 before it appears. 2-on-4. We've seen them win this before, but now just JT. 1-on-3, and he's gone as well. Big's B rotates have been pretty speedy at best. Xantares was even flanking in case things got wrong. But right now, I mean, you've won the half. Like, you're laughing to yourself if you're Extra Salt. Anything here is just gravy on top. And boy, do we love a bit of gravy.
Yeah, we mean the British kind as well.
Why? What's American gravy?
American gravy is like a paste, man. It's weird as hell.
Like thick.
It's like I don't know, dude, there's different kinds, but they eat biscuits and gravy
biscuits
as well.
are like,
biscuits
what
are
are
basically
biscuits?
scones.
Yeah,
scones are meant to have cream and jam in them, not gravy.
Oh,
it's just so many weird decisions. Searson with an oh wait, no, sorry, baby AWP, a BAWP, a scout in his hands, but it's actually Keto opening up this round. There's a bunch in Ivy for Extra Soul, and Big has started to lean towards B, because so often, you know, when they've caught like no noise in A and they found like maybe a kill on a main player, it has fallen into a B play for Extra Soul. Well, this time it's an Ivy creep. They're not making any noise, they're playing contact, and this could work quite well. Big are kind of discounting this, giving up this side of the map. Now Keto realizes the error of his ways. He tries to lock it in, and he's going to do a bang-up job. Him and Tabson hold on to the Ivy, leaving it all on OC in a 1v4. Not looking good, right? It would be a clutch for the ages. OC getting some damage off, but that's the extent of it. 9-6 at the end of the half. Extra Salt in the lead. Big trying to play catch-up, but we've really got a game on our hands here. You don't want to be anywhere else. We'll be back with this second half in just a moment. Oh, and we're back. What a game this is shaping up to be. Big, they're wasting no time, by the way. Or are they actually? Hang on, they showed the bomb down through the ramp. They throw in a B smoke. They're hoping that showing the bomb at ramp with the connector smoke was going to draw rotations, but Extra Salt didn't fall for that. They've still got a lot of bodies over at this A bomb site, so it's not going to be plain sailing as Big are finding out the hard way. 2-on-2. Tares dead in the water, and it's all left on to Searson, but he's got it down to the 1v1. Sonic v Searson. Tale as old as time. Bomb out in the open, and Sonic just playing with him right now. Finally puts him in the dirt, and Extra Salt get that pistol to their name.
Searson waited so long for like the appropriate time to throw that molly. Like, I'm not getting peeked, am I? I'm peeking, I'm checking, I'm looking. All right, I'll throw the molly, and then Sonic drops off and headshots him. Yeah, nice little fake attempt from Big, but Extra Salt very ready for that. They've done their homework too. And boy, this is quite the game shaping up on our screens now. 10 rounds taken into this CT side. So Big force buying now with no bomb plants, but a bit of a risk. Going to delay their gun round. Nice nade onto the bomb train. Gets a couple low, but you still have a weaponry advantage for Extra Salt. Scout coming out. Ivy. Oh, that could have been a killer blow. Instead, Sonic, time to give it up. You've got two players here. They can run the crossfire. They smoke it off. Don't want to give Big a pick into this round. Give them a way in. Deep smoke feigns a bit of an approach for Big, right? Extra Salt going to be scared of Ivy for the rest of the round now, even if there's no one there. They leave one player, and everyone else backs up to Maid. Grouping for a late A split. Still only a solo B player. Marquis heard the nades, and he can go into pop later, knowing there's likely no more utility left. Now, Big grouping out of main. 1 minute on the clock, and timing is everything on an outside split with pistols. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, the thing is, you got a lot of players here keeping an eye on main. Oh, well, you had a lot of players here keeping an eye on main. JT and Sonic are still up inside of the A site, and there's even the rotation from Fang, who's back in connector. This ain't a done deal yet, but it's certainly looking good for Big. OC's going to nail that first kill and bangs in with another. Surely this isn't another 2v4 without even losing a man. Just Searson left. He's got this scout. We know he's a big scout player, but rushed down by the double peak, not given the room to approach that clutch.
Wow.
Stolen away by Extra Salt. They're so good. Like, whenever they're a man down, it feels like they're able to close out these rounds more comfortably.
One thing that's so clear, especially on this T side, is like the comms just look beautiful, man. Like some of these mid-round decisions, when they were going for on T side, going for pop drops, and that when that round where Xantares took main out of Fang, and we had that pop split, the reaction to losing main was so immediate. Like pop flashing Xantares and clearing him out, and just no question about it, no delay in making that decision. The comms are good. Everyone seems to be subscribing to the same mentality. And, that's a great sign. So everyone on board, right? One goal in mind, and that is taking down Big.
Well, so I tell you what, like, I think another reason it's so easy to get excited about a team like Extra Salt is... obviously, in NA right now, with the landscape being the way it is, it feels like the title of, like, up there with NA Best.
Oh, no, you're kidding.
Okay, Tabson. Marky's even freaking out. He's like... Marky is terrified right now. Yeah, I was going to say, like, right now, the kind of throne is, like, ripe for the taking in NA, right? Like, you don't have to work incredibly... Well, you do have to work incredibly hard to, like, be up there with the big dogs. But in a way, it's never been more attainable than ever with, like, a lot of notable talent leaving the scene. So I really think that teams that are using this opportunity to try and seize a route to the top and, like, looking to grow very, very quickly are in a good spot. And I think it's very commendable that Extra Salt have put themselves on that mission. Just these pistols out now for Big. You're hoping it's a clean round for Extra Salt. And with the kind of ground gain for Big, you are going to struggle to find much here. You've got this Ivy lurk that isn't really being considered just yet. That maybe could... No, my Marky just turns on a dime, doesn't he, mate? Just deals with it. Not even a worry. And so there it is, locked in. Extra Salt up on a 12.
Yeah, Marky's had quite the career, hasn't he? This is not where I expected to see him, 2 years ago, like playing in Europe with 2 South Africans, 2 Americans, and, Fang's Canadian, actually. So, either way, really, really cool arc, really cool story. 12-6. And Big, this is it, do or die. Like, you lose this round, oof. The consequences are not nice at all. So, Orbs out on Citizens, a big buy from the big boys, but you've got to put it to good use. Molly misses in Olaf, nades into main, a lot of missed nades. Sonic's the only one taking any damage. Tabson's going to get Molly, he's got to smoke it. Meanwhile, Fang's pushed B, and he might have the drop on Keto looking the wrong way. And now he can dip out. Marky's pushed a smoke. He does not care right now. And 5-on-3. Now you can see, now you just give it up if you're Extra Salt. Make Big work for their way back into this round.
Yeah, and this is where you get that horrible feeling that some of the ideas that maybe were working in practice aren't hitting so well in the live and official server as we speak. You are kind of struggling in a lot of these T-side rounds. You've lost 2 players here. This was the rifle round that you were hoping could kickstart a T-side comeback. Well, now you're looking down the ranks. You've got Searson, Tizian, and Xantares left. Try and maneuver. It's 3-on-5. They're going to group up outside of the B bomb site. They've got a bit of utility here to get down the ramp. Double setup here for Extra Salt could cause problems, because even though you've dealt with Fang, now do you discount Sonic? Are you ready for this second man on upper? The rotations are coming in as well, and almost caught at ramp. It's actually Searson going back to challenge and living to tell the tale. Oh, the AWP wanting a little bit more of the action. Searson's finally punished, but he's given Xantares a fighting chance. Can Xantares finish the job that him and Searson started? 1v2, time to complete this bomb. There's the peak, but JT puts him in the grave. And the defuse is in as Extra Salt retake that B bomb site.
Yeah, man. After Searson's killed 2, he's just feeling it. He's just going back for more fights. He doesn't expect a 3rd player out con, but just fully rotating, and Extra Salt getting a nice little clean retake of the board. Couple of casualties, but they've got the room to sustain losses. It will cost them in terms of buying, in terms of money, but I don't think they're worried just yet. I'd love to know where they're playing from. I don't actually know what country these guys are in. They look like they're all together. I think I need to find that one out. But yeah, welcome to Europe, chaps. Lovely first impression. I mean, we saw them at Blast, right? And they only played 1 game. It's pretty cutthroat. It was Spirit. Not the opponent you want on a single match. And obviously, they put up a fight. They got 10 rounds and 8 rounds or something like that across 2 maps. So, was I dead on there?
I'm pretty, yeah. Well, you know, my memory says 10 and 8 as well.
Yeah, something like that. They held their own, right? Like against a very good team. So the fact that they're now doing that and more against Big is quite the impression. Can they keep it up? Can they close? These games aren't done until they're over. And Fang, he sees players get out B. He's calling for rotations, flashing his way back in. They're crossing oil. They're gaining space, but Fang will go 1-for-1 once again. That's fine for your B player, because now the rotates are here with a vengeance. Sonic and JT nailing headshots. Marky on the flank. Sisson does not have the gun to stop him here. A scout up close will not be what he wants, and so Marky deals with him without taking a shot. Keto in a clutch. They're on the bomb, and he does find one, but the molly burns him out. So that's an extra assault round once again, 14-6. It's looking like GG, frankly, Harry. We haven't seen much from Big in this half.
Yeah, I don't know who Frank Lee is, but Extrasol are looking to get this one over the line. It feels like 14-6. Not even a T-side round put up. Big really struggling to find anything that works. And, yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of what I thought would happen when I saw Train appear as this first map, right? It was a real worry. I do think that by the time we get onto Dust 2, Big's map pick, we should see a little bit more out of them. But here and now, you know, this game is a matter of kills away from being over, it feels like. You know, the money is bottomed out for Big. They've at least got, like, loss bonus built up. So, like, with a bomb plant here, everything's still good. With kills getting found, everything's still good. But big comeback needed. OC. Oh, the no-scope even connects as well.
2?
He should have not got 2 there. Like, I think even getting 1 was somehow impressive. And then goes on to find the no-scope. All right, that's left Extrasol in a really good way. 3 on 3 now, thanks to Searson. All right. All right, Searson, give us something to talk about. Give us something to say, man. You remember that big Searson round?
Marky sends it back up. Remember when he got wallbanged?
Yeah, a bit of revenge there. Searson's being very patient, waiting for Xantares, who's got a lot of real estate here. If Xantares clears out back green, Searson could have a better path in towards this site, but instead, he's taken all this time and all this real estate to clear out the bomb site itself.
No.
They lose the bomb now to the double Ivy hold. Xantares is spotted. Not dealt with, still a problem. You got this pop player waiting in the wings, who does peek into Xantares, now offering up another, but Fang holds his own in the 1v1, not ready to concede that clutch over. It's 15 on the board for Extrasol, now just 5 kills away from locking it all in on their map pick.
Yeah, Xantares, man, you feel it for a second. 2 kills out of 3. Beautiful headshots, but, man, Extrasol are really gunning for it. We got some gamers in the server tonight. I say tonight, it's 2 p.m.
Yeah, and, you know, you just see this little thing here, right? If you're a gamer in this server, you can use !Skin Club, get a free $1. There's only 100 of them to be given away, but there you go. Everyone loves little freebies. And speaking of freebies, Extrasol might be on a way to a freebie of their own here on their map pick.
You got a scout again on Searson. He's been getting melted when he doesn't have the AWP. Then he almost kills Tizzy and he gets out alive. But right now, Extrasol are just a moment away from quite the upset, like one-sided as it gets. Big were never in this game.
Yeah, like no contest, right? That's what's so apparent here is like there was never a moment in this game so far where it's felt like, yeah, Big, they could get back into this. They could find their footing. And now this has been dominant as it gets.
Yeah, they win one round, they get reset. You know, one of those games.
I do think that the Dust 2 is going to be the best eye test for Extrasol in a sense, right? Because then you're on a map that Big are very, very comfortable on. It's like a tried and tested map for them, not this unproven territory that Train is.
Yeah. Well, let's see if they can close now and we can get to Dust 2. Fang's waiting a B. This is quite the gremlin position. Let's see if Big are ready for it. They might just walk down the ramp and he can come in on this very quick backstab with no pop flank needed. Or Tabson, lining up nades, might get heard here. Fang waiting for the click, waiting for the pin, and now he activates. Tabson's gone. There's the bomb. Oh, dear. Fang may have just closed this map alone. He is dead, but Marky's flank is now available, coming in at a red-hot pace. JT not rushing the con rotation. They know they can rely on this flank to win the round, but already being watched by Keto. Marky deals with him, and now the con players flood out. Now the kills come flying in, and Searson on a lug that will have no effect.
Yeah,
it will be
what
too
can he
little
even do?
and too late. Extrasol, ladies and gentlemen, they will take this opening map of this series. 60